everyone. Okay, so I'm Kajira, and we don't really have like a moderator or anything. We're just kind of like gonna it's gonna be very wing it because we want to do what you guys want to learn, because some people in here probably some might not know like anything about gaming, and some of y'all might know a lot, and we want this to be like super beneficial for everybody. So we could just like start introducing ourselves. If you guys from Plex, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm Spellbound Ash, and I stream on Plex.
I'm the other half of Spellbound. So I stream as Johnny Poop Deck, and my whole overlay is like very pirate themed. But I do safe for work streaming. Ash does not safe for work streaming, and we just kind of rotate our schedules. Usually when she streams, I'm on the background, doing whatever modding, whatever tech support she may need. If she ever needs any help with anything, I'm always just a room over. So just together, we're trying to build this brand on Plexstorm, this Spellbound brand, which is all about bridging the gap between nerd culture and sex work and trying to find some harmony within. And so far, it's been incredible.
And
You guys look awesome.
They do. You guys look amazing. I love it. So dark and yummy. That's my thing. I've been in the adult industry for 20 years, camming, same. Stripping, phone sex, cam model, adult films, podcasting since 2012. And now I do gaming, and I've done that for a couple years getting started. And now I do adult gaming. So that's my background.
Cool. So I'm Kat, Kajira. You guys can just call me Kat. Hey, I'm a webcam model on My Free Cams and a cosplayer. And I started my video game journey in the beginning when I started cosplaying. I cosplay mainly video game characters. Since My Free Cams has updated its software, I have been able to actually game now. And I do that a lot and often. And then sometimes I do it on Twitch too, but I mainly stick to My Free Cams gaming on there. Yeah, so that's my kind of thing. Hey, everyone.
So I've done a little bit of Twitch, and that's how it got me all started in learning OBS. I've never done it on My Free Cams. And I did see some of your clips where you're topless, and it's cute with the green screen. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so I actually use OBS on My Free Cams. It wasn't always there, but now they finally have the ability to do that. We're a little bit behind on the times, but that's how I stream video games on MFC, is strictly OBS. Now, if I'm doing Twitch, I don't use OBS. I use Streamlabs, which is what a majority of Twitch streamers, I think, use. They kind of like don't like OBS, but it's new to me because it's new to MFC. Yeah. What about y'all?
We also use OBS on Plexstorm.
Yeah.
Cool.
We actually we weren't ever cameras or streamers before Plexstorm. That was our first and only platform, and we've kind of made it our home because the community is so great.
Yeah.
It's still in the beta. It's tiny. We're still building a dev team and building servers, but our time there so far and the year that we've been there has been like the best experience ever.
Can you tell us like what Plexstorm is? Because I'm new to that, and I'm sure a lot of other people are too.
So Plexstorm is essentially what would happen if you took Twitch and said, hey, you know what? What if we don't have all these rules? And you just basically give streamers the freedom to do whatever they want, completely uncensored, be that, get naked on camera, be that,
you're allowed to drink alcohol.
Whatever colorful language. Yes, if it's legal in your state, you can smoke. They don't have restrictions on the kind of content you can create. It is complete 100% creative freedom. We actually have seen a lot of creativity come out of Plexstorm. We have our group that plays Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition on Plexstorm, but it's the naughty version where tippers can actually tip to affect the game. So you can have people randomly getting topless in the middle of our D&D game because of tips and milestones that have been reached.
And we usually role play it while we're doing it. So like, oh, I got a bug in my shirt.
Yeah.
So wait, okay. So I'm on My Free Cams, which is a cam site. It's not like specifically for gaming, but yeah, we can do it. It's like porn. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Rebecca, what site are you on?
Well, I've dabbled in Plex Storm. I have.
Okay.
And since I was streaming on Twitch, I was like, well, if I'm going to go over to Plex Storm, let's stream some adult games.
Is it just gaming there? Or is it like everything?
It's mostly gaming. Or you can do like, role play games. You can chat. We don't get a whole there's a just chatting section, but not a whole lot of people usually use it because there are other sites that,
are better for that. Plex Storm is still a baby. So we're still growing a user base, but there is mainly streaming gameplay, of course, but yes, they do have a just camming section where people just hang out and chat and cam.
Yeah,
that's totally fine.
And you're on there, Rebecca, too?
Yeah, so I went from Plex Storm because my thing with Plex Storm, they have a great community. Customer service on Discord is amazing, but the delay with the video in the chat room, it's hard for me to be in real time. So now that OnlyFans has OBS, I'm like, well, why can't I just do it there? There's tipping pictures and all that. So I started streaming over there, and then my dedicated audience, they just came on board, and they're like, yeah, this is awesome. So what I've done is whatever I did on Plex Storm, I just moved it over to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone asked if we ever have trouble with game devs having an issue with us streaming games on adult platforms. So far, I've never had an issue. What about y'all? Have you guys ever had an issue? Sorry, I say y'all.
Oh, no, you're fine.
You know what? Same.
I think it's in its infancy. So those will be new barriers that we'll have to deal with later on. Yeah. But right now we're okay. And Twitch, you can stream whatever games over there that are mainstream.
Yeah. So you guys, so far, no one that I know of has ever had an issue with those kind of things. I mean, most adult games are games are adult, like video games. They're like rated M, and the characters are super sexualized. So I think it's like an untapped market that they're gonna really be happy about.
Right. Like if you're going to say it's okay to actually show the things in game, then why would it be not okay to play the things while doing the thing? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so what games are you playing? That was one of the questions.
Okay, so me right now, I play mainly like mainstream sort of popular things. We're currently playing The Last of Us Part 2 in my cam room, and then we play Red Dead Redemption 2 on and off, and then sometimes we play Tomb Raider, and those are the 3 games that I'm kind of playing right now.
And do you dress up as the characters when you're playing the games?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, when I'm feeling like it. Mm-hmm.
That is so cool.
What about you guys?
I've been playing The Witcher 3 for a little over a year now.
Just dragging it out as long as possible because we don't want it to end.
Yeah, kind of. I also do dress up occasionally as the characters or themed vaguely off of the
world.
Yeah, the world. So.
Well, I play all. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Did I interrupt?
I'm reading the chat. There's so many questions. Sorry if we ignore you guys. We'll come back to your questions too. Okay. What are you playing, Rebecca?
So I mainly, with my clothes on, I play horror. And that's Friday the 13th, Dead by Daylight, multiple player games because I play with my fans and stuff. And on my horror channel, that's where I play the dirty games. And that's MNF Club. And basically, it's my avatar going in and having sex with strangers, unless my fans want to book a private session with me. And then we can fuck avatar style.
I want to teach us how to do this because that's totally new to me. But side question, I'm not on Chatterbait. I don't know if any of y'all have tried Chatterbait. Does Chatterbait allow video games like this?
I feel like they're strict. I believe it's against their TOS.
Yeah.
I know StreamMate won't allow it either.
Okay, so right now you can do it for adult platforms, Plex Storm, My Free Cams, OBS, But then, you know, there's also a market, y'all, for going on Twitch, which is like a site that has a lot of video game streams. It's suitable for work. You can't like link your adult stuff, but if you're an online persona, you're seeing tons of porn stars and cam models going to Twitch because you can build an audience from video games over there, and then they're going to end up finding your stuff. And then some people just end up quitting adult and going straight over there because they like it so much, because there's so much traffic when it comes to video games, because so many people love them.
Yeah. It's true. There, you might not make a lot of money on Twitch per se, but there is a conversion rate because they do find you.
Yeah. But you can make money on Twitch.
You can make money. I just don't want people to get discouraged.
Yeah. Don't assume that you're gonna like be racking it in over there. You know, it's all about traffic and building your own community.
Right. Oh, I love that part. The community over there, it's amazing, and it teaches you a different mindset.
Yeah. Okay, so you play, there was like, I'm getting sidetracked by the chat. Sorry, I feel like I'm like rubbing my belly and like my head here, trying to like watch everything. So many Twitch. No, you can't mention, I mean, I mentioned mine on Twitch. I'm Kajira on Twitch, and I haven't had an issue, but I'm super careful and I'm not there full time. So some people do create a whole entire different name over there and link their suitable for work Twitters. That's why a lot of people have changed their adult Twitters to suitable for work, so that they can link it through Twitch.
So what I do is because of Discord, I put everybody on Discord from Twitch, and that way I can just let everybody know what's going on in the other part of my world. And if one of my Instagram or Twitter, well, Twitter's good, Instagram or Snapchat gets shut down, I can just go over to my Discord and go, hey, everybody, this is my new account.
Good idea. It's all, you gotta, when you want to do like a suitable for work gaming platform, you need to find a way to sort of funnel people so that they can figure it out, but they'll figure it out.
They always do.
They always do. Yeah.
God bless them.
Similar on Plex Storm, you know, you can't directly say like, hey, come check out our OnlyFans, come over here, come over there.
You can't.
But you can certainly, I mean, it's discouraged because of course, directing people to other places, they're not crazy about it. I mean, you probably could, but I wouldn't. But you just put your Twitter which has everything on it, and then people always find you. They will always find every link you have.
Does Discord allow adult content?
Discord?
Yeah, there's a not safe for work. Yeah.
Okay, so Discord's a tool that y'all can use. Some people are asking if I had a Discord, but I just didn't put a lot of effort into it, so I don't have a whole lot of information on it. But I'm sure if you reach out to either one of them, they would be happy to help y'all with Discord. Everyone uses Discord that I know of.
Well, especially the new generation. Sorry, I'm a Gen X. A lot of millennials use Discord, and those are our next, fans coming up.
Cool. Some people want us to talk about Discord more.
Okay, so if you want to learn Discord, I suggest go on YouTube University and look up the video that teaches you about Discord, just so you can move around, join somebody else's Discord, join mine. Come on over, join mine, and we'll step through it so you can get the lay of the land. But, you can go sign up for Discord, get that started, and then start watching the videos on YouTube to learn your way around, and then come over to me and pick my brain. I'll help you through it.
That's great advice. So when I started gaming, I don't have like someone to help me with the technicalities of things, but there's a plethora of information on YouTube about the different equipment and things that you can use to help you with these things. It's all out there because, this is blown up into such a huge thing. There's YouTube channel after YouTube channel that's going to show y'all how to put your video game on the screen or how to record it out there. Like, it's not hidden knowledge.
Yeah.
Is there a resource recommended for those of us who are technically challenged? Baylor, hi.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, so
if you hit me up, I'll definitely send you guys some links.
Yeah, hit any of us up will help you. But let's start. Okay, so there's a lot of people in here who don't know a thing about video games. So maybe let's let's start for a little bit and discuss, like, we're talking to someone that has no idea, like, what kind of consoles or things do you guys have in the chat? And what are you interested in doing? Are you interested in doing adult? Are you interested in doing more like mainstream games like that are out right now, like that you see on Twitch? Do you know what a console is? Do you need help with that? And then everyone that's, Rebecca and Spellbound, which consoles or things would you recommend for people just getting started?
So you're asking me?
Yeah, everybody, whoever wants to go first. Sorry, ignore my dog.
Okay, I'll go first. Anyway.
Okay.
Go for it.
I do console with Twitch. So I basically broadcast through my OBS, but you don't have to. You can just go straight onto your console, and there's an app there. There's an app. There was for Mixer, but it's gone now. Twitch. Plex Storm isn't on there, but once you learn your OBS, then you can do it that way.
Yeah.
I use console for that, and I use PC gaming for my dirty stuff. So
Okay.
MNF and stuff, I do it straight through the computer. Mm-hmm. And you can use Steam too, but that's PC. So I'm Xbox and PC.
Okay.
I'm mostly PlayStation 4, and when I stream my stuff, I stream it through OBS,
PC.
but it's
it's all PC. It's just so much easier to just stream games off of Steam. There's so many to choose from, so even if you don't game, you could just play Jackbox games.
I love Jackbox.
Chat loves playing Jackbox. Drawful, Fibbage, Murder Trivia Party.
It's a game where you
party
can,
games.
Yeah, it's a party game where you can invite other people that enjoy your content. They can play with you and play these games.
Yeah,
and they can do it from their mobile. They can do it from anywhere. They don't have to have a console.
Yeah, it generates a room code. You just type in the room code, and then your chat can join your game, and it's essentially like having a game night in your room, but everybody can play.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it like card games? Like what kind of games is it?
Trivia games, games that are basically Pictionary. There's so many. I think there's 5 or 6 party packs, each one having like 6 different games.
Oh, there's so many.
A lot to choose from.
Wow. So that's a great way for people to get started, like who don't have a console or like a heavy PC or anything. Jackbox is just a site that you can sign up for.
It's a game. You purchase the game on, I believe they're on Steam.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. You can get it on your console everywhere.
Some people might not know what Steam is. Maybe we should go a little bit into that. I do feel like this could be so overwhelming for people who have never done anything like this before. But we've been doing it for a long time where we're just like shouting out words and things.
We started where you guys are because that was overwhelming. And technology changes so much that you just got to keep up with it. It's very time consuming.
Yeah, but it's a great way to also, you're going to have fun with it. Like there's no misery in playing video games, which makes it so much fun because you're going to want to do it anyways in your off time. So why not share it with your members? And like kind of bond with them because you'll have something in common with members and viewers that you probably wouldn't have anything in common with now. You'll have a game. Someone's asking how we monetize it. There's a whole lot behind that. Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's important. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure.
Who wants to go first?
You go first.
I'll go first. I can't speak for others, obviously, but from our experience, it's the entertainment value and building a community and a fan base that will pay just to keep you entertaining them, pretty much. If you put on a good show and you're engaging, you can implement, the not safe for work stuff. You can take your top off, you can do whatever, but ultimately at the end of the day, people are going to keep coming back because you're genuinely entertaining and they miss you. No different than paying for any other form of entertainment. People will tip just to keep you going. Just make sure that you engage with your chat and you build a community and you make them feel welcomed and special and like they're missing out if they don't catch one of your streams.
So,
okay.
Yeah, tip is one. I'm one of those people that if I stream, I don't want to lose any content from streaming. So I record everything and then I make markers on my highlights and stuff. But to make money, you got the tipping option and you can make it a game within a game. You can also take that content that you recorded and chop that up for later use into clips, which I put on my OnlyFans, especially the dirty games, not my Twitch. They could care less. What else? How else do I make money? Sell time with the use or the person that wants to have sex with you in the video game. So I'll sell my time there. And you can also get somebody to sponsor you. I mean, adult video games, I'm sure there's people out there that create those games and want people to play them, just like Ninja plays Fortnite on Twitch. Well, not anymore, but used to. So there's all different ways to go about it.
Yeah, tips, huge. You know, milestones and goals from tips, absolutely. And of course, recording those VODs and uploading them to OnlyFans and the site is all great sources of income.
So the way I monetize with video games can be a little complicated because I might not get direct payment from playing video games, but I start from basically like Twitch, where I'm an affiliate, so I'm able to make money through subscribers. So on Twitch, you get people to subscribe to you, and they unlock emotes, which is like little pictures that you can have customized in your chat. And that's like basically the whole thing about Twitch is like getting emote packages. So when you subscribe to a channel, you get payment from that. You get payment from bits, which is similar to tips. So that's a way that I make money directly while I'm playing video games, and people want to subscribe to my channel. Now, the big pain point for me in this is that those people are going to find out who I am and what I do, and then they're going to come to my adult platforms, because my whole adult platform brand is basically like video game, gamer, nerd, cosplayer. It doesn't have to be that. People are going to want to see you naked anyways, if they're like hanging out with you and playing video games with you. And even on my adult platforms like MFC, the way I make money through video games, while these people are coming over here, is I do stream them naked and I get tips. But you can also make clubs where it's like we have a game night and we can play together. And like if you like join my club, I'm going to give you my gamer tag, or you can play this game with me, things like that. That's how I monetize making money with video games. And then I also get tips during the stream because it's wildly entertaining to be like naked playing a video game. People want to see that. And I use interactive like sex toys too during the game and stuff. So that's how I monetize it.
Yeah.
See, now I wish Plex Storm or OnlyFans had a way to do the interactive, because I use my interactive toy over on Streamate. And if I could just capture that somehow.
You can manually do it, but
it's
so annoying.
Breaks the whole surprise buzz.
Yeah. That's a work in progress. Plexstorm is actually looking into getting Lush integration pretty soon. As soon as they can anyways, because that's something big that Ash does. People will, of course, pay for 5-10 minute intervals of just Lush control and watching her attempt to play a game while the Lush is going off and just trying to maintain focus.
That's the best. I wish I could do that on Twitch. If nobody knew and I was playing the game and I just got buzzed.
Man, she really likes
this game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still reading a bunch. Are you guys reading the stuff in the chat? There's so many questions, and there's such great questions. I'm sorry if we've missed some of them, guys.
Well, one person asked about Twitch. How do you not get blocked on Twitch? Because I'll tell you what, I play with all covered up. I am all covered up. I don't even show my cleavage because it's obscene. So I know there are booby cam. What do they call them? Cam boobers, boober cams, whatever. They have a tank top. They're showing this and all that. I cover up. I'm wearing a flannel, and I don't even talk about my adult. And if somebody does, my mods know to go, listen, we can't talk about that here.
Yeah.
But if you sign up for a Discord.
Yeah. Mods on Twitch are important. It's kind of like a room helper it's easy to just ban people because you are responsible for what's said in the chat. So like on Twitch, you'll use Streamlabs, you'll have like the chat up on your screen. You could, as the streamer, can get in trouble for what other people are saying if it's not moderated regularly. I've never really had a problem. Like I'll have some trolls that come in that say like, yeah, OnlyFans, and it's just blocked immediately, and I don't talk about it. I wouldn't wear a Playboy thing on there. I just wear like, my normal t-shirts and a beanie when I'm on there usually. But there are limits that you can push, that some people push.
Sure. If you're an over 18, you can cuss, you can say things. It's just, I try to play it where it's almost PG-13 because I am an adult actress. So I don't want them to come over and go, yeah, we don't like your kind, and flick me out.
Right. But they are being more open to things. I'm seeing tons of cam models recently that are getting partnered with Twitch. So, which is fantastic. They used to discriminate so much against, if they found out that you were doing something weird like that, they're like, no way. And now there's more and more people that are doing stuff like that, and they're getting recognized and sponsorships. So,
That's huge then. I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah, I've been seeing a handful. One that recently got it, her name's Quincy. If you guys know her, she just got partnered with Twitch recently, which is awesome because I know it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Streaming games was considered copyrighted content on places like MFC and was frowned upon against TOS. Has that changed? So, on Chatterbait, we discovered it is against the terms of service to stream games. On MFC, it's kind of the Wild West over there. I don't know what the rules are, and they don't even know what the rules are. So we all do it, and no one says anything. And it hasn't been a problem.
Hasn't been a problem because we haven't gotten in trouble yet, but we'll get back to you next year.
So,
that's like my Snapchat. I had no problem with my Snapchat, and then I did. Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Oh, someone asked if we can stream games on OnlyFans. Yes, we can. Yep. Rebecca does.
So I just started doing this because OnlyFans streaming was horrible. And recently, in the last few weeks, it's gotten great. So I link up my stream key, all that on my OBS. I hit the live button. And then there's an extra link that you have to go to, which I just pull up on my desktop. And it's the chat room link, and then they can talk to you, and then I can push fancy buttons on my stream deck and change scenes and do crazy stuff. So that's where I stream now. Before that was Plex Storm for my adult video games.
So you mentioned a stream deck. I think we should go over, because people are probably really overwhelmed about what you need to get started. Maybe we can each kind of say like just the basics of like what you can get to get started playing video games and like streaming it. Spellbound, you want to go first?
Yeah. I'd say get a good PC.
A decent one.
A decent one. It doesn't have to be amazing, but like not one of the really cheap ones. And then look for a decent camera. What we did was we went on to was it YouTube or Amazon?
Well, we got a lot of our learning out of the way just from tutorials from other streamers.
Yeah.
YouTube has so much information that you can tap into.
And the cool thing is
they'll recommend cameras.
Yeah, and they'll recommend cameras. Also, you can go on Amazon and you can see what ones get the best reviews and read the comments and see what works best. We have a Blue Yeti mic. I don't remember the camera we have that we use.
Logitech Pro, yeah. I mean, if you're just getting started, you don't need to spend a whole lot of money. As long as your computer can run whatever your game of choice is, you can get away with a decent, microphone and a subpar camera. You just need decent lighting, which you
That's what I was gonna say. Lighting is very important.
But that's not very expensive if you're just getting started. Of course, you're going to need to download OBS or Streamlabs OBS, which both just type in OBS into Google. You'll find you don't have to pay anything for that. It's pretty easy to get started. I know it sounds overwhelming because of just the sheer volume of individual little components to the overall picture, but there's so many walkthroughs that you can follow to the T. It's all very formulaic. Just follow the steps and you can't fail.
So Brittany Andrews was asking about, because she DJs and stuff, about OnlyFans. And yes, you could broadcast you DJing in your OnlyFans and have the chat room going just like Twitch does, just like Plex Storm. Yeah, it's just a couple things that you got to add to your OBS. And yeah, you have to have the webcam or even an old video camera. I hook that in because webcams are like, they're all right. But as long as you have good lighting, you're fine.
So I'm going to assume that for my piece of advice, you have the stuff to be a webcam model. Like if you're interested in webcamming, you have like a laptop or a computer, PC, a webcam, maybe an additional microphone. Like some people like to use the microphone built into the webcam, and then the lighting. When I first started gaming on stream, the thing that extra that I had to purchase was a game capture card. Now, I just learned that you don't actually have to have this to do it, but this is what I used. So this was a piece of investment that I had to make when I didn't have a whole lot of money in order to stream my video games from my console, which a console is what you play games on, that I already had for fun in my living room, which was an Xbox at the time. So I needed two monitors. So I used an old TV that I had. I used the game capture card. It's very simple. Just look up on YouTube how to use this. It plugs into one end, which plugs into the TV, and then the other end like kind of plugs through your laptop. So what it does is it takes what's on the console, the Xbox, and it's streaming it through your OBS and things so you can record the game. I did have to get OBS and learn that. There are YouTube tutorials on just simple how to use OBS. And once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do all kinds of shit. Oop, sorry. Well, it's adult. I could say shit, right?
Alexis Taylor asks, you have to have a capture card.
I don't know. I thought I had to, but Rebecca's telling me that I didn't have to do all that. So
no, you did back in the day, but things changed so much that Windows 10, as long as you have a decent computer that can hold that information, yes, you can do it and get the game capture. But I highly recommend the external because then it doesn't overload your CPUs and all that and your RAM.
And you don't have to start if you guys don't have to build like a PC to get started on this. If you have like a MacBook Pro, that's what I was doing. And I just bought the game capture card and did it that way.
Let me tell you a secret. It's not really a secret. But start building your Amazon wish list. You can start with all the basics. Have your fans buy you the new gear. That's what I did. When they're getting rid of their old Razer, somebody gave me one. So just start building your wish list and they'll start gearing it towards if you want a game.
Yep.
Okay. Once you understand the basics, then you can start adding additional just fun accessories like the Stream Deck, all which comes in handy. I love mine, but that's just extra stuff that you can add once you've gotten the basics down. Exactly. Yeah.
It's just mine, but it's like
you program macros into it. So you want to swap scenes, you want to mute your mic and activate this, activate that, play sound effects all on the same control panel. It's great. I mean, we picked up the Elgato Stream Deck.
Elgato is what I use as well. And my lighting is Elgato.
And my green screen's Elgato. Elgato's big.
You can control your lighting from your Stream Deck, guys. If you have it, see, I can turn it off and on with just a button and like the different shades that I want. So if you start learning with OBS/Discord first, that would be my recommendation. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd say learn OBS and Discord first.
Yeah, and you can use it on Mac. It's just gaming's better on PC.
Yeah.
But if this is something that you really want to get into, that's definitely a path that you want to start going down, but you don't have to have like that to get started.
Is it easy to set up Stream Deck? Not in the beginning, no, but there's a YouTube tutorial out there that'll teach you everything. But once you have it, you just press a button and I can like blow things up. I can send alerts. I can make it fun and interactive.
Right.
Yeah. And that was pretty simple for me. What was hard for me was figuring out the green screen situation.
That's a bitch. You gotta have good lighting.
Yeah, you have to have good lighting or it's not going to look right. The whole green screen thing's just like a whole different type of film, to be honest. And you don't need it to game, though. It's just like makes you look cool. Are there any legal issues with allowing viewers to play with you while live or making characters with their name's likeness? I don't want to say anything. I do a lot of stuff that probably I shouldn't be doing.
Right here. I do a lot of stuff I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Call me Pornhub too.
Stuff. If you y'all in the chat have any questions too, feel free to ask them and we'll try to answer them too. I know we've got several. Sorry if we've missed them.
Yeah, just start them now, and then that way we can see them and go with it.
Mm-hmm. Jackbox is the first game to learn.
That's probably the easiest, and it's cross-platform for everybody. And that way, I would suggest just be the host, because if you're playing the game with them, it takes a lot of your attention away. So I like to host and just make fun of and read all their stuff that's going on, because there's games within games there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone asked if we recommend any non-violent video games. I only play violent video games. So do y'all have any recommendations?
I've played Pokemon. Okay, I attempted to play Pokemon.
So
it wasn't pretty.
she had never played a Pokemon game in her life. This was her first time ever playing one. She had no idea what she was doing, and it was hilarious because she wouldn't read any of the instructions. She would just try to wing it. Chat was blowing up, yelling at her like, "No, you got to go do this. You got to do that."
I like that. I like that when they tell you how to play a game, especially when it's your first time, because it makes it very interactive that way.
Mm-hmm. Also, Animal Crossing isn't violent and very popular, but it's on the Nintendo Switch, which is a console we haven't talked about, and it's almost sold out everywhere right now with the pandemic.
Yeah.
What about Minecraft? Is that violent?
Yeah, you're killing. Well, you're killing zombies and blowing.
But everything's like cube forms. So
it's like kind of like super like gory. That's something that's kind of popular. That's not super. How do you connect the Switch? It would be the same way that you would like an Xbox or a PlayStation. It's just a whole different console. But Xbox and PlayStation are like the most regular, like popular ones.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading also, seeing what to answer.
Adventure games, maybe a lot of good adventure games that are non-violent. Everything I play is really violent. Like I would suggest Tomb Raider, but it's because it's adventure, but it's violent.
The only thing I don't play non-violent is Jackbox.
Not all the games are violent, but a lot of them are. Yeah, a lot of them are.
There are a lot of
games. You could do dancing. That's a great one. Yeah, but you got to be careful, which is annoying. You can't just like sit here. But there is, if you go on Twitch too, you can see that a lot, and that would work perfectly.
Oh my God, I'm doing that for my OnlyFans. I'm doing the dancing one. I'm writing it down right now.
Dance Revolution. So basically, like there will be someone on the screen that's doing these dance moves, and you have to like follow them. People will love that if you do that, and that's not violent at all. Yeah. It's just physically exhausting to do that.
So Brittany Andrews asked, do you need an Xbox or something like that? You can use Xbox, but you can also use PC. If you have a PC, then use Steam. Steam has tons of games on there.
Yeah.
So people who don't know what Steam is, it's like a whole platform, like kind of like a Blockbuster, but for video games on your PC. And you can buy games and it'll download it and it'll be PC games. And there's ways to even hook up, though, controllers through it as well if you're not used to using a keyboard and a mouse. That's something to get into if you have a PC. You don't.
That's what I do, because I'm used to playing the PS4 whenever I play The Witcher, but I'm not used to using the controls on the keyboard, so I actually use the controller.
Mm-hmm. There's ways to convert it, and tons of YouTube videos on what Steam is, how to add a controller to Steam through your PC as well.
She has a Mac, and I'm not really good at Mac. I have a Mac. I use my Mac for everything but gaming. So with Mac, you can download OBS, but you're going to have to maybe maybe you could figure that out for us, unless you guys know how to do it on Mac.
That's where I started. So I had to get a game capture card with Mac because it could only process so much, and it would overheat like after like 5 hours or so of me gaming.
After 5 hours.
Stream it through like a TV that I had, because I didn't have like dual monitors or anything like that. I just had one Mac, and I would use my TV with an HDMI through my game capture card, with connected to my console being the Xbox, to game with OBS.
Yeah.
I'm also going to tell you that 5 hours goes by like that when you're gaming. I know as a cam model, you're like, oh my God, 3 hours or 2. But when you're gaming, you look down and you're like, holy shit, it's been 5 hours.
It's a great way to pass time.
Yeah.
It is. And it's fun to watch too. I mean, when we play our Dungeons and Dragons sessions, we play for 4-hour intervals, and it goes by so quick. I mean, it seems like 5 minutes later, we're already having to wrap up, compared to just sitting in front of a cam for hours on end, just watching the clock, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's hard to interact with the audiences and play games? For me, yes.
No.
I can't multitask super easily, so it's super challenging for me, but I'm enjoying trying to figure out how to do that better.
I love it. I don't have an issue with it because I usually try to keep all my chat on one screen and then my game on another. So I can just look over and see what people are saying.
Yeah. And that says a lot, considering, you know, Ash is severely dyslexic. So keeping up with chat is already a challenge to begin with.
But my fans love it when I like mess words up. So we just laugh it off.
So paying attention to a game in a chat, there's a couple things you can do. First, I can do this and put my mobile phone right in front of the camera where I'm looking, or in front of the game where it's not blocking too much. And that way I see the chat scrolling so I know. Or have one of your mods. I play a lot of so I have a Scream team that is talking in my ear. They'll pay attention to the chat and they'll ask the question in my earballs so I can, you know, word vomit it back out to the audience.
Yeah.
I still have trouble with it because I will play games for the first time and I'm trying to pay attention to the video game. But if I'm playing something that I've played multiple times, that's when it's so much easier for me to pay attention to the chat while I can still be entertaining playing a video game. But like right now I'm playing through The Last of Us Part 2, which just came out. I'm heavily paying attention to the game, but it encourages my chat room to talk amongst themselves too. I'm not having to facilitate the chat as much when I'm playing a game because they have so much to talk about, where if I'm not playing a video game, that's an extra thing that I'm having to do as a streamer and a performer, is facilitate my chat room. So it really encourages my room to be active amongst themselves.
So they build a bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good, because they will show up not for you anymore. They'll show up just to see the family.
Yeah, they do.
Which is why I recommend video games, is because you're going to make friends and you're going to have something in common with people that you probably wouldn't have anything in common with. And now you have stuff to talk about. Like I play like these zombie games and I'm like low-key preparing for the zombie apocalypse. And like all my fans are like kind of into it too. And like we have like a little garden and stuff. So there's like ways to like make connections with people that like you wouldn't otherwise have or even think about, you know, like as if you've been a cam model for so long, it could be so daunting. Like you just run out of things to say when you don't have a life anymore because you've just been camming and you don't have like stuff to talk about. Video games help so much, especially if you're introverted or like shy. It helps a lot with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is very true that the community is built from streaming, have built bonds with each other. You know, many people that we've met just as they were fans in our rooms, now we consider them very close friends.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Yeah.
It's
and
such a bond.
Yeah, they still tip. They still help hit milestones. They're still supportive, you know, both financially and not. And we chat casually outside of the stream, and we hang out and we still play games even when we're not online together, because the community aspect is just so great.
Someone said that the money seems very indirect, and I would have to agree with that. This is something that it's kind of a brand thing that, you know, you'd be doing, kind of like you're building like a YouTube channel or something, like you're building a community. It's such a popular trend, and it's blowing up, and it's not really a trend. It's just that now we have the technology we've all been playing video games for a long time, but now we have the ability to like stream it and monetize it in our own ways. So it's something that you have to be interested in, first of all, to be able to do it, because money definitely isn't going to just come, but it's like kind of like, you know, making a subreddit or a YouTube channel or something where you're starting to, or cosplaying, you know, like you don't get money directly from cosplaying, but it brings in fans of things that are going to be like really excited about it.
Yeah. And if you're worried about the whole money, just think of this. This is how I get my ass on camera. I think about the content that I'm going to make, and I'm going to take those little highlights and I'm going to resell them on a different platform.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you make your money.
Right.
Yep.
That's precisely it. You know, we may stream for 6 hours, and if 1 or 2 of those hours is really good content that is perfect for OnlyFans or perfect for our, you know, personal website that people can pay for, it's leveraging our other projects. It's combining multiple areas of interest into the overall brand that you create for yourself. That's
exactly it. Somebody asked me about Stream8. No, you can't play video games over there. So just get that out of your head.
Is it like camming where if you are kind of inconsistent, you lose your whole momentum? Like maybe I could do games once per week, but not the same every night. For me, I don't lose a momentum because I mainly do video games when I'm on my menstrual cycle. So I can't do super explicit shows. I mean, whatever.
Are you a bitch?
Yeah. No.
Oh, just checking.
I just want to get nude or things like that. So I'll play video games for that whole week, and then the next 3 weeks I'm not playing them, and I've never had an issue with that. Yeah, that's what I do when, you know.
I play video games once or twice a week, so I don't lose that I'm not burnt out, I should say. I get more burnt out from webcamming and being Rebecca on a stick than I do with video games.
Yeah.
So if you're not all the time, it should be fine. Do y'all play video games all the time, Spellbound? Or?
Oh, a lot.
Okay.
Probably more than I should. I do get burned out occasionally, but that's because when I get on, I cosplay also. So I spend like 2 hours doing makeup, hair, costume, and then I play.
Yeah. So she never does a stream where she's not, you know, fully dressed up. So it does get a little tiresome.
Exhausting. Yeah.
But I mean, it's super worth it because when you put in a lot of effort, it does get noticed.
Yeah.
You know, when you try a little harder, usually resonates pretty well.
I know some people are asking about the adult games, the dirty games. What I suggest, and I've learned the hard way, is have somebody recommend a game so your card doesn't get dinged internationally and you're paying a shit ton and you don't realize until the month's over that you just spent a few $100s and you weren't aware of it. So make sure you get somebody, like I'm telling you what game I'm playing and it hasn't fucked me over yet. And it's multiple player with Avatar. But I also take suggestions from my fans. There's also a free game called Breeders of the
Nephilim.
I love that game.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. That was my very first game I ever played when I started streaming.
Oh, so there's games out there that won't fuck you. But there's also some shady ones that'll be dinging your credit card. So make sure somebody referred it. There's also a platform called F95zone.to. That's a forum. I know it's very 2005. It's a forum, but you can post on there and get recommendations.
What's the adult games that you play, Rebecca?
Right now, after I've learned my lesson, I just right now MNF Club. So male, I think it stands for man and female or male and female club. So mnfclub.com.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody sponsored me, I'll be playing a different game, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. So recently, I got Ash into playing World of Warcraft with us on stream. And it's hilarious because, we'll be in a Zoom call and chatting with each other as we play, and then people will be tipping. So she may get to a milestone where she has to, orgasm, but we're playing World of Warcraft. So we have all of our fans playing with us, hanging out while her character is just AFK sitting there while she's trying to orgasm. And then when she does, you can hear all of them spamming, for the Horde voice lines.
Yeah, for the Horde.
So whenever we pull the VOD, you can hear them. You can hear the fans interacting. It's fun for everyone. It gets to the point where some people, they're there just for the sexuality, but by far more people show up just because they have fun. They have fun hanging out, and they pay just because they're appreciative of that.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest going on Plexstorm and just looking at the streamers and getting a feel for it first before you do anything. Go on Plexstorm because that's where, there's no limits, and you can watch people game or even watch Kat. Kat, you game nakedness, right?
Yeah, it's free to watch me on MFC. Like, no pop-up will come up there. It's going to be like, you got to sign up now. As long as I'm not in an explicit club show, my streams are free to watch. Mm-hmm.
You can watch my Twitch, but my streams aren't free to watch anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have any more questions? Because I think it's gonna automatically kick us when we're at our time. So if anyone in the chat has questions, feel free to ask them before it just kicks us.
Right.
I do see they said 3D X chat. I do know of it. I just haven't played it yet. I know that it's more, the avatars are more, I play 2D, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But 3D, it's a little bit more advanced, and I haven't played it yet, but the avatars are a little bit better build. They're not amazing like you're watching the movie Avatar, but it's still a concept you go in. Now, I don't know if it'll overload my computer because I haven't went in to see what their CPUs are, or if it eats up my RAM or any of that, but I'm definitely willing to check it out.
Someone asked, what games have we really enjoyed streaming? For me, it's always Tomb Raider, but I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan, so I'm constantly shove it down people's throat with cosplayer talking about it. And now that I can play it, that's the funnest thing for me to play, because it's also just reliving my whole life because I've played it nonstop since it came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite game right now, and I don't know, a new game hasn't come out yet that I've been into, has been The Witcher 3. I really love that game.
I have it. I can't wait to play it.
It's so good.
If you get the DLCs for it, super worth it.
The DLCs are worth it too.
I'm so excited to do that one. Because I've done Witcher content that was custom, but so
it's a fun game. You'll love it. I promise.
It's the kind of game that it's very easy to get sidetracked with the millions of other things that are totally unrelated to the main story.
Mm-hmm.
But you enjoy getting sidetracked. It's worth it.
Perfect. That's how another one we had fun with was Red Dead Redemption 2, and I played it so much. But it's open world where you can do all kinds of dumb stuff, and the chat room will be like, go rob this bank, and then I go do it, because it's not just sticking to one story.
Mm-hmm.
So my guilty pleasure is streaming Friday the 13th. That's the whole reason I got my Xbox.
Horror games are fun to play too. I don't do it often though because it creates anxiety for me. But those are always fun for me and the room because they like watching you scream and stuff.
Yeah.
What's also fun is hopping on Steam and just finding all sorts of indie games.
Oh, the indie games and
indie
testing
games
them out.
Some of them, of course, will be pretty well known. Like the Stanley Parable or Untitled Goose Game, things like that. They're totally non-violent, super fun to watch. Except when you played Stanley Parable, you felt like you were losing your mind.
I was playing that on April Fool's Day, and that was a mistake.
Very psychological kind of games.
Yeah.
But definitely fun to watch.
If someone doesn't know, ask what DLC is. It's downloadable content. So when a game comes out, what will happen usually is they'll make extra stuff that you can like pay for, or sometimes it's free that you can download that's like an extra level of the game.
Right.
You know, especially if after you beat it and you're all sad, like because it's over, so they'll come out with like a little something extra that you can get. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, just more ways to extend the time that you're playing their game. Mm-hmm. They want you to keep playing, obviously, so they'll keep making more content usually.
What lighting do we suggest? Someone asked.
The good kind.
Yeah, the good kind. I mean, I can't even tell you what my lighting is. It's just there.
Oh, really? Okay, so I've recently invested in this last year. Here, I'll show you guys what it is. It's called Elgato. It's the same as the capture card.
We're back to Elgato.
This is what I suggest if you can.
The key light?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm going to put that on my wish list.
Can those change colors, or are they just white lights?
It's you can do like a warm and a cool balance. You can.
Oh, nice.
So it will look good behind you and stuff too. This is what I would suggest.
Does it plug in USB?
No, it's Wi-Fi.
Nice.
So
cool.
It plugs into the ground and then it'll just pick up to your PC. I had a little trouble with it sometimes, but when I would update my PC, everything would work fine. That's the lighting I would suggest. I have had trouble with lighting for the 5 years I've been doing this, and this has been the best one. If you get it.
Oh, I was just gonna say I use box lights, like Amazon softbox lights.
I used to have that too.
I use the LEDs from my old lighting stuff, and then I have this one that's just a flexible light. I can't even tell you what it is, but it works.
Yeah, you don't have to get like the latest best lighting, guys. You can get anything. It takes time to build up your stuff.
I even have this that you get from Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally
Does that
just
get hot?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
because I buy the smart lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
so program your phone with Bluetooth.
I got smart lights behind me. I got a remote control, and I can change the colors and everything. So I really do like lights.
Yeah, you can get those colored ones. I have them too. You can make them any color, off Amazon. Just put them on your wish list and someone will probably build them for you.
LED strips.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love LED strips.
Me too.
They're a lot of fun.
I saw a question directed towards us. What do we use to play Dungeons and Dragons when we stream? We use Roll20.
Yeah, we use Roll20.
We use Roll20. Sometimes we'll use D&D Beyond, but more often than not, we're using Roll20.
I use one of those as a pussy light. Spellbound's canned light.
Yes, I do that. I use it as my pussy light sometimes.
This is what I suggested.
You're talking about the light that's underneath the desk right now, right?
Yeah, the pussy light.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a name for it. The pussy can. Did not even know the light.
Like a half circle thing for that.
Well, I have a floodlight down there. Don't ask me.
We all have
Gotta do what you gotta do.
That's awesome.
The camera I'm using is the Sony 6500 with a Stigma lens. It's the one that I film on too. You can convert your DSLR to streaming if your PC can handle it. I don't always do it when I webcam because it's not mobile. But when I game and stuff, I do use this. And then otherwise I just use like the normal, like a Logitech, whatever this is,
Yeah, I think that's the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we have, a Logitech.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of
that one.
Elgato, I use the the little it's called Cam Link. So I plug in my Canon. That's my old video camera. I use my iPhone and record videos now, but I use my Canon and I stick it into my Elgato Cam Link, and it hooks up.
What you need to convert it. It's like a game capture, but it's for your DSLR. You need to get Cam Link to convert your DSLR to stream. Mm-hmm. And I recommend a mirrorless DSLR because if you use a mirrored one, it's going to fry quicker. But if you use a mirrorless, it should be good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait, what? What are you saying? Wait, what for? I'm using a mirrored. Why is that? Because it's not meant for streaming. So if you have it on for a long period of time, you'll end up ruining that camera. So just be okay with it just being your streaming camera and not something that you can eventually like make content and stuff with. Like you would be risking your camera. But it's worth it because it's going to look good.
I store all my video games on my console. That's where I store my stuff. But I'm sure you guys have externals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The gaming chair is just from Amazon. It just works like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's hard. When you get gaming chairs from Amazon, they can be kind of hard to set up. This one was really easy. The blue one with the stool, I have that too, and it was like a giant piece of shit. I don't recommend it. My dad like spent 6 hours setting it up. It was so bad. No, there's no special functions. It just goes down.
That's so cute that your dad set up your gaming chair where you do everything.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
That one's in my office now, though. I did this one myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think of this cam? I'll look at it.
Oh, the Logitech? Logitech's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's just if you have a video camera sitting around, I suggest it's a little bit better in quality.
Mm-hmm. I think the camera would be fine. I used to use Canon, and I've since switched to Sony. They're both great, though.
I just wanted to get use out of my old Canon. You know, I spent a lot of money when it first came out, and I'm like, you know what? It's just going to sit there. Let's get some more use out of it before I have to, you know, toss it.
Do you ever do an iPad or Samsung tablet? No, but you can.
Yeah.
This is very overwhelming. No, we don't want to overwhelm. Sorry. It can be, but like do one thing at a time, you know, like one thing at a time. How to figure out how to get your game up, maybe figure out next, you know, if I want to update my camera.
Right.
The first thing you do is watch other streamers.
Yeah.
The first thing you do. And then you write down those questions and you pick their brain. They love it when you pick their brain about technology and stuff because that's what we love.
Every time I'm on, someone comes in and asks me like for specs and stuff or like what I'm using. And like, you know, we're happy to like share this because it's not really gonna like, it's not most people that are doing gaming and stuff know like this isn't like you're trying to like hoard information. Like something that is like for everyone. Mm-hmm.
We like to see others succeed. We want to lift other people up.
Mm-hmm. And you in turn too, like just the more people that are into video games and stuff, the better. That's how I see it. Because
more people you have stuff in common with.
Yeah, or potential friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different mindset nowadays because 20 years ago, it was like hold the information to yourself unless, you know. Now it's all about uniting everybody and having that community. And we each help each other because the brand that you're selling is only unique to you.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
Definitely different than like webcamming and stuff. Like people are going to have like their whole PC set up on like their page and stuff to like try to help you out because the more people that are like doing this, the better, you know.
Yeah.
You'll have green in the background here. I'll change it to red.
Do?
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Is that better?
Because green is awesome.
Yeah. If there's any more questions, I think we're like out of time for our panel, but I know like all of us seem to be pretty friendly. Like if you have any questions, like don't go to my DM. I don't really check that. Tweet at me if you want to ask me anything. This was the game capture card I have. You'll want to get one that's specifically, you need to look up which one you want to get.
Put that on your wish list too. See that?
Yes.
Stream Deck.
Elgato Stream Deck and Elgato Game Capture and Elgato lights, Elgato everything. Just buy Elgato. It's great.
Start putting on your wish list because they're expensive little shits.
And everything's selling out because lots of people are doing this. So the key lights, the triangle lights that you see, like that a lot of gamers have too, are like selling out like crazy. So make sure you keep an eye on this kind of stuff because it does sell out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're all on Twitter. Let's all say our Twitter names, I guess, before we sign out. Mine's Kajira TV. That's my Twitter.
Mine's Ash Spellbound.
Mine's Rebecca Love XXX, old school.
Yeah, so I hope this was helpful, everyone that came, and that you liked it. And yeah, thanks. It was nice meeting y'all, Spellbound, and then Rebecca too.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Okay. So
bye, guys.
Bye.